My name is Barb Kaba. I'm a farmer from here in central Iowa. The people here believe in community values, the idea that we're stronger when we act together. We think our government should consider everyone, not just the privileged few. And it should enact policies that reflect that belief. But lately, we feel we've been led down the wrong track, whether it was a shameful response to Hurricane Katrina or policies that favor corporate agriculture and leave family farmers in the dust. We have seen this country and go with a go-it-alone mentality that we don't like. We call this the politics of division. But we know, and you know, that America can do better than that. So we have this question for you.
If elected president, Senator Edwards, would you be willing to make the hard decisions that will ensure that we as a country live up to our community values?
I will. That's an easy question. Let me say first a thank you to all of you, the grassroots organizers and workers and social activists in this country. You are so important. We have so much work to do. Here's my view. My view is these powerful interests that both of you have spoken about have taken over the government. They have built a wall around Washington, and most of America is left outside that wall. It is the reason that the poor, the uninsured, the disabled, the disenfranchised voices are not being heard in Washington, D.C. And what we're all going to do together, no matter what, is we're going to tear that wall down. And we're going to empower America. We're going to empower the American people again. We're going to make this democracy work because what we all do together matters. The times in American history when we have been best and strongest and united as a nation have been those times when our national community stepped to the plate. When we did something about the great moral issue of lifting millions of Americans out of poverty. When we did something about the fact that every night in the United States of America, we have 200,000 men and women who wore the uniform of the United States of America, veterans sleeping under bridges and on grates. The fact that last year we had 35 million Americans who were hungry in the richest nation on the planet. Brothers and sisters, is the United States of America better than this? Are we going to do better than this? And are we going to do it together? That's what this election is about, and that's what this cause is about, and I am in this fight with you.
Thank you very much, Senator. We now are going to be joined by a group of community leaders, the first of whom is going to share a story with you, and then we will have 2 questions of you. Our first community leader is
Virgine Martin. Nice to meet you. I'm Virgine Martin from Bridgewater, Iowa. My husband and I are 4th-generation family farmers. About a year ago, we found out that the 5th largest corporate factory farm in the U.S. was coming into our neighborhood. First thing we did, we bonded with all of our friends and neighbors. As a matter of fact, we had over 400 people sign petitions to say no to this corporation. We had a few people that would told us that we were anti-livestock. My husband and I raise livestock, but we do it the right way, open and free. Our board of supervisors said no to this corporation over and over and over. But when it came down to it, it didn't matter what the people wanted. The rights of the corporation went over the rights of the people. It's not right. And now I have 10,000 hogs with millions of gallons of raw feces and urine that is going to be spread up to 250 feet from people's property. I can't go outside now to play with my grandchildren because of the stench. And I want to know where my rights, my neighbors' rights for clean air, clean water, and mostly a healthy living environment.
Thank you. Our next community leader will ask your first question.
My name is Inez Killingsworth. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, member of Empowering and Strengthening Ohio's People, also a member of National Training Information Center. Virgil's story shows that the corporations have very little respect for the common good. I've seen that in my community in Cleveland, Ohio, but there it's about the predatory lenders taking advantage and destroying the American dream. We believe that the corporations are too powerful and unaccountable. Do you agree?
Should I answer now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I agree. With every fiber of my being, I agree. Let me just say first, in response to these first two stories, we are at the heart and soul of why I'm running for President of the United States. Because what I believe has happened, whether it's factory farms and big corporate farming operations that are driving our family farmers out of business, and you're seeing it every single day, we see it all across Iowa, or whether it's predatory lenders. I was in a neighborhood in Cleveland, in your hometown, a one-block radius, middle-class neighborhood, 38 houses under foreclosure. 38 houses. The only asset that those families had spent their whole lives trying to produce was about to be taken away from them by these predators. What's happened is these big corporate farming operations and big multinational corporations that are taking over farming in America, these big corporate predatory lending operations, big drug companies, big insurance companies, big oil companies, big banks, big gas companies. Here's the question. We see what they're doing to destroy our land and destroy our environment. We see what they're doing to destroy our people and take away their assets. How long are we going to let these people run the United States of America? When are we going to reclaim our democracy? When are we going to take their power away from them? Just so you know, I've been fighting these people my entire life. Before I got into public life, I spent 20 years walking into courtrooms for families just like yours against big corporations and their big lawyers. And I know from those 20 years that you can beat them, because I went in that courtroom and I beat them, I beat them, I beat them again. We will beat them when I'm President of the United States. We will have a moratorium on the building of any more of these CAFOs or expansion of CAFOs, and we will have a national predatory payday lending law that cracks down on these abusers.